Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee, Tea, and Me. I'm your host, Sandra Harrick. My producer is over there on the other side of the internet, Dana Iwana Francisco. I'm watching hummingbirds. My peacock is walking on the lawn. There's just the ever so slight sprinkle. Cats are here, bees are here. So obviously, I'm outside on my deck. Welcome to the charm and the beauty of Unicorn Fields and to the kind of almost wrapping up of summer. This is kind of crazy for me to think that there's a little color in the trees and the crickets are chirping. So that means one and only thing at times go buy pencils for school and new shoes and some kind of woolen outfit. So it's amazing how the nostalgia of this time of year escalates those feelings of anxiety inside of me that even though I haven't, there's Alexandra, everybody, that even though I'm not going to school at the moment, as I'm in the school of life, that I want to go and just buy pencils and school supplies. Good morning, everybody. Sonia, good morning. Everybody, if you like this, please push like. And I want to thank Lily for making my new website. It is sandraharrick.com and it is up and running. Please go over and have a look. Send your friends. Come and have a walk through what is now becoming my sacred space. We're going to talk about what is sacred. And thank you for everybody for lining up. Without my glasses, I can only see that there's something there. And when a little blurb comes up, I'll acknowledge you. But thank you for tuning in. So, as Denise or Dana, as we know her, have guided me through the years to say, Sandy, why don't you open up the show with a meditation? Because this is about sacred, I would like to take us on a few moments of a guided meditation. Hi, Kelly Spencer. I loved your ordination work. Your wedding ceremony was absolutely spectacular. To me, what to me is sacred before we start? What to me is sacred is when there is calm, when there is a octave, a vibration, a dignity, a space of respect, that when you come into it, you leave out of it the persona of your ego. You leave out of it anything that is foul or degrading or humiliating to the space that would bring an indignant, to be indignant in it. Sacred means reverence. Sacred means respect, respect, respect. Sacred to me means to know that you stand there to come and be washed and cleansed of something that has affected you, that keeps you in the shadows of your life and brings you into some reflection, some integration, some place of reverence, and again, respect. So I'm going to continue to talk about this, but there's a few guidelines of let's take a few deep breaths. Close your eyes if you'd like, or allow yourself to look at your environment as I guide you, Spirit guides me, and take a look at where are you? What's sacred in the place where you are right now? First and foremost, always an inhalation. To breathe in the essence of the very air that surrounds us. That is a gift from this planet. A gift to us beings that breathe. Inhale with reverence and respect that you are about to alter your mindset, your body's vibration. You're going to slow down. You're going to step out of the speedway. Step away from the noise. Breathe. Listen to the nature as it sings. The crickets crackle. Allow yourself to fill your lungs with the gratitude of what life is, no matter what's going on with life at the moment. I'm going to start belching, so we're getting holy here. And some work is being done. And blow out that which is the residue that would take you away or distract you. Let your mind just experience it. I'm going to keep belching here because Spirit's inside. Welcome to Unicorn Fields. Take a mental note of what it is you're thinking and what you choose to decide to bring your thoughts to in that which reflects peace. Everything is okay in this moment. One of the greatest things that you can really say is, I'm okay. In this moment, I'm okay. And breathe. So as we join each other in this place of calm, we decide and experience and explore with the singing of Alexander. What is sacred to you? Is a candle lit? Is it a fragrance that fills the air? Is it the sweet grass that burns or the sage that is ignited? It is the love that you think of when someone you care for lets you know you're thought of. Is it an environment that is clean of all obstacles so that you are not distracted or interfered with vanity, ego, or obstruction? Is it a place that is absolutely brilliantly chock full of objects that have been collected from journeys, that have been received as gifts, that reflect your walk with Spirit and what is holy to you? Look around your environment and know that for me, even being here on my deck, what is sacred is the attending to the plants that flourish by this time of the season, to the feeling of the yard that it reflects to me what I have asked it to be, and that is a safe haven. That I'm here with people that are looking and seeking, and that I can share with them and discuss with them what is a modality of life that makes you feel you belong, you are respected, and that you can be respectful. Deep breath. To know that it's a space where wisdom connects with you. Voices will speak to you. Spirit shimmers in showing itself to you. And the objects of love from the other side materialize. Deep breath and be. When you're ready, open your eyes and come into the space that you feel is yours. There's this joy in me as I share with us today. Kind of shake yourself back into your body and be in your sacredness. And feel now what's in your body. What is the sacredness of our body? It's amazing how our bodies truly are temples. How do we feed it? How do we clean it? How do we dress it up? What is your uniform of sacred? In the garden, sacred was the ability to be naked and not have any fear of shame. In certain institutions, sacred is a garb, a uniform that has been stripped of any identity, and you all dress the same so that there's no vanity. And yet the vanity is in the fact that you look like you don't have vanity. So there's that beauty of I am without vanity because I'm so vain I can wear an object of belong. So uniforms are quite a structural thing, and yet they represent what it is that is your modality. For the longest time, back in the 80s, people asked why I dressed the way I did. And it was because my jeans and my jean shirts were my uniform. It's what I wore so that I was in the garb that gave me that sense of I looked like something I was familiar with. I felt like I was in my form. I didn't get distracted with, oh my God, I don't look right, I don't feel right. I am distracted from you in being sacred with you. So think about how you appeal to the image of what is sacred, how you appear in your sacredness, what is sacred in your home. I have altars all around my house that have accumulated the presence of gifts that have been given to me that I have brought from around my travels. And they are the objects that I don't necessarily see them every day in my everyday eyes, but they watch me. And I know that their presence is there. And there are times when I revisit them because it's like, oh my God, the image itself all of a sudden quickened and said, come to me, remember me. In the moment that I was aware when Dana spoke to me about going out to the sacred space of South Dakota, to her Hamlaisha, to be with the tribe, it changed my perception of, oh, I'm invited to go out there to wait. I'm invited as a person to come and experience something sacred. And I needed to come as a sacred person, a person of gratitude, a person that was in respect for where I was going, but being respectful in myself. And it was a beautiful alteration in my psyche of I needed to bring a sacred gift from Unicorn Fields to bring to the chief, to the people. And it was from my husband who holds that sacred octave here with the animals. Because right now, he's the one that collected these animals and brought them to the sacred land. So, do you give respect to how you manifest or who brought you the sacredness that reflects you and keeps you in relationship with someone or a place? Having a relationship with a place, having a relationship with someone's sacredness. I have a dry mouth, so I'm gonna stutter, and I just want that acknowledged. Being able to be and honor someone's sacredness, even when we fall out of sacred space and become human. We have our slang, we have our personalities, we have our interactions with individuals, we have our opinions, we have chaos. And that forms something in our personality that justifies our life experience or says, this is the way I was brought up, or this is what my family does, or this is the way I was trained. When you come to sacred space, interestingly enough, it's not about you defining yourself. It's about you actually finding a place that has the original light of who you are before all the shadow or all the interactions or all the chaos of how you grew up or what makes you feel the rough edges of yourself. It makes me want to cry when I say that. That's fascinating. It brings you back into the alliance of the original source of the creator, of how you are created. And this is not a belief system. You don't have to believe in anything to be in sacred space, because sacred space exists whether you believe in it or not. When you step on sacred or holy ground, it activates something inside you that makes you look or go quiet or be in a reverence. And that's why there are so many, I hate to say it, annihilations to temples or churches or to objects that are sacred, because the one who wants to invade it or disconnect you from it says, if I annihilate it, if I blow it up, if I damage your sight, then you do not have your sacredness. What's so powerful about sacred energy is that it doesn't leave if something is destroyed on it. It still holds the flame. It still holds the power of its existence. It still holds the magnetic ley lines of the way that it has been manifested through the architect of sacred geometry. So, throughout time, when people were understanding the sacred geometry, they would actually find the ley lines of where the convergence of holy, sacred, or reverence lay on the land. So, when we feel that someone is annihilating us, when we feel that someone is attacking or bullying or threatening us, when we feel that there is that invasion of, oh my God, how could someone say that to me? Or how could someone take away my dignity? Or how can someone deny me my existence? And it happens more and more and more and more. It is important to know that that sacred ley line inside you that you have been created with in your DNA, in the universal law of the covenants of you being a sacred being, given the opportunity to be born, given the opportunity to be within a manifestation of everything that is here to provide for you and share with you, that it still exists in you. It is still sacred. And it's we who need to remember and come back to that point of reference that somebody would try to annihilate or deny you the right to believe in yourself. All these objects around me do not make me sacred. They reflect and remind me what is sacred inside me. And that's that I can hold them in that place of relationship. If it all disappears, could I recreate it? In all due respect, yes. Because of all the different times that I've moved throughout time, it's not that I went to sacred, therefore I am sacred. It's that there's a place inside me. And people used to say it all the time. My God, you can create an environment in moments and have it feel like home. All gypsies have to do that. The travelers of the earth had to do that. They brought the ash or the what was it? What was the movie? Fire. That they brought the amber that was lit, and there were keepers of that amber, so that wherever they traveled to, they could light the fire, the warmth, the hearth. So today is about, yes, we could go to magnificent, spectacular churches. Florence is absolutely spectacular with where things are sacred. But we can also go out to the vast space of desert where there's nothing but the atmosphere, the blatant land that I used to think when I was very, very new in all this business, living in New England with the lush grasses, the incredible abundance of trees and color and weather. And when I first went to the desert and someone said, "Isn't this sacred?" It was like, how boring. There's nothing here. And it took time to be in the desert, to feel the voices, the whispers, to see the color in the rocks, to see how air moves and how storms come in. Being in New England, there were times you didn't see the moon rise above other than the trees, but you didn't see it come up over a mountain or a landscape so that you can see its eyes as it rises. To go to the desert, you are blatantly exposed. And being exposed to sacred is one of the greatest, fiercest retreats you can endure, because it means that you are truly exposed. You have to find cover. You just don't run under a tree. You have to trust the elementals, because there's no place for you to say, I belong with that or them. you are alone, and you belong to the animals, you belong to the wind, you belong to the snakes, you belong to the bones, you belong to the arid, prickly particles of something that says you are safe in all this beauty and harshness. There's a lot of safety in the beauty and harshness in life, and it's fragile. So let's take a moment. I need to see how much time I have. Oh, 10 minutes. I do go on. My chickens are over here visiting. In this moment that I ask you to think and feel, I ask you to come into this place where you are right now that feels attacked, overexposed, unsafe, questioned, challenged, and possibly lonely. And know that that is life. Good news, bad news, it is life. Welcome to Earth, welcome to the planet, welcome to the way life is experienced. If I were asking you to take a breath and bring it to the center of who you are, that you dream to be, that you hope to be, that you want to be remembered as, or to remember as possibly truly being you, as the sun is starting to come out. Thank you. To know that this light is pouring in because it's already there. It's pouring into your external space, not just into your internal place. When we come into sacred, we remember. And it's one of the great things that I have learned throughout time is, why don't I come here more often? Why don't I sit in contemplation more open? Why do I stay busy? Or why do I stay connected to that which keeps me disconnected? The sacred place inside you is literally in the solar plexus, and it can travel into anywhere else in your body. It literally is in that sacred divine spark when the heart starts to beat. It is in all that molecule energy, the atoms, the forces, the life force, when all of a sudden that spark, that electrical spark, and we are electricity, activates you and says you are life. There is sacredness before, during, and after. And while we're alive, the spark is that we are breathing. Breath is sacred. Inhale it. Our thoughts are sacred. Choose them well. Decide to rethink what you're thinking. The way that you start your day is sacred. Allow yourself to take that moment to reflect, where was I in dream time? Why did it come to me? How do I bring, as the light of the sun comes, how do I bring that dream into my daytime? How was I remembered? Who do I remember? And why? Why do I miss feeling sacred? It's very simple. Take your breath, come in, breathe, and see how cluttered you are. And choose to be quiet for a moment. Choose to light the candle inside. There's our horses. Choose to be with what is simply the perfection of you. And realign it, open it, expand it. Remember, you're invited to be on the outside in your life as beautifully and sacredly as you are aligned with the inside of your life. For me, there's that, I have to look at the time. For me, there's that beauty of when I forget it, and I want to talk about it as a beauty. Because the beauty is, we are allowed as humans to be suggested to, hampered on, pointed at, informed that we are not to remember who we are. And it's a beautiful thing because it activates that place where we all have to remember that it's our job to remember who we are, not hope somebody remembers who we are and convinces us to believe it in ourselves. That's a slippery slope. I just got goosebumps on my goosebumps. Because when we start to believe other people's ideas of ourselves, then we happen to either favor who says nice things but don't keep us accountable for who we are, or people that disrespect who we are and then keep us unaccountable for us remembering or knowing ourselves. It's a huge challenge to be human. I do accept that beauty. And when I say that there have been times when the beauty of disrespect of me has come to me, it's the beauty where that sacred space says, stand up for yourself, Sandy. Remember who you are and find the words that you need to say that dignify you, and or walk away from that which disrespects you and is vulgar to you and demeans you and disrespects who you are in your choices of your path, your newness, your right to grow. If there is someone that harpers on you that you don't exist, then you believe that you don't exist by staying in that non-existent space. Choose. Choose to believe who you are and voice it. And when somebody still gets louder and saying, no, you're not, then that's the moment of beauty. Thank you for sharing. I know who I am. And be it. Choose your path, even if it means to take a new direction to who you are as sacred. Don't fear change. Fear stagnation. Fear isolation. Fear the lack of respect of being a prisoner to someone's idea of what you can't be when you're sacred. Deep breath. Obviously, I have feelings about this. And I share with you the simple fact that you have the right to edit where you are and make your space sacred. Even let people know when I am in this space, the idea of your disrespect is not welcome here. I'll come out and talk to you later. We have options. When you feel controlled, you are not in sacred space, even by religions or organizations that say they're sacred. I have a little thing here. Kelly Spencer, thank you for starting my day in such a wonderful way. I appreciate this space you've created for us to come, center, remember, rejuvenate, blessings be to all. Amen, Kelly. And then kick ass. Be who you are. And allow yourself in your sacredness to be robust, to be original, to be the joy of who you are. Sacred doesn't always have to be amen and I'm praying, I'm quiet, and I'm shutting up. You can be proud of the fact that you have a voice and you found it. And you're finally telling people, this is who I am, and back up. My sacred space. So that's my show. SandraHarrick.com is my new site. If you are interested in talking to me, email me at SandraHarrick@me.com. Thank you over there in the studio, Dana. Thank you, everybody, for coming. There's so much on the website that is new and exciting. I'm off to Copenhagen to speak for the sacredness of horses, from the horse to the people, rather from the people to the horses. It's going to be a great adventure. I'll tell you all about it next time. Have a great day. Know that I love you for your outrageous sacredness, and blessings to all. Have a great day. Love, Sandy. Bye.